The O's are not part of his name. All right, I'm silly. So frontliner will pick second. This is what it looks like on my screen. It looks like they're picking Nunu. It's exciting.
We don't see an Arius pick at all.
Yeah. So Nunu Kog'Maw.
Oh, they're changing teams.
Yeah, I know. They're swapping team comps. I like the Janna.
Yeah.
Servage is actually a really, really good Janna player. As any support should be. Moscow coming out with Morgana.
Yeah, Janna's just a great pick all around.
Ooh, Xerath. I would actually like him if you picked Xerath. Moscow Xerath is really, really good.
I was gonna say, I heard you commentating on his Xerath earlier. Commenting on it. Saying, so I'm excited to see that as well.
Yeah, there's not enough Xerath players, because Xerath is really strong, and then of course, because I comment on it, he's like, oh no, I'm going to switch to Morgana. Be boring. You're boring, Moscow, you heard me. I hope you're listening to the stream. You're boring. Just saying it. It's true. No, Morgana is a really good pick. It's hard to ever falter a Morgana play. It looks like Ares gets to pick now. Weird ordering of picks. Ooh, and they're gonna take Nautilus. Yeah, it looks like they are swapping teams. Like Vex Esports was like, I really liked their team last time. Let's just throw in a few tweaks.
Yeah.
Let's just throw in Ari instead of Morgana. And
Yeah, they're like, well, they took the Morgana, so we'll pick our own again.
yeah, let's just see what the bans were, because I can't actually see them.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see those.
Let me see if I can message Highwind and ask him what the bans were.
Yeah, I just messaged this as well.
What? Is Kabam in this game? I know he's not, but a Mumu pick would be very Kabam. Oh, please be a Rumble pick. Otter will make my life if he plays Rumble, because I love Rumble top, but he doesn't get played enough. He's so ridiculous. Like, you just...
So it looks like, I was gonna say, it looks like Raise Your Weapon here, they banned Lee Sin, Udyr, and Soraka. And then Team Vex, they banned Anivia, Kennen, and Shen.
Yep.
So, another Shen ban there.
Oh, and a Mumu pick. That's...
Yeah, it looks like Vex just has their bans planned out. They don't care what team they're playing against. They just don't want to play against Anivia, Kennen, or Shen. They
Yeah.
just decided. They're like, we don't care what position we are. We just don't want to play against those champions. Don't want to play them. Don't want to play against them.
That's very frustrating.
Yeah, so
Seems like
Otter
the-
actually gonna go some Rumble. I'm actually excited for this.
Team chose Janna first to get rid of the AoE counter.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna run Nidalee against Rumble, which actually will be a pretty good lane actually against Rumble, just because she can harass him down constantly. The key is though is that they can get any sort of advantage for Rumble early, like the top is his. He snowballs so hard with any advantage at all.
Again, they are gonna have that Nautilus jungle, he's gonna be very scary.
Yep. And they might
Mumu, you also don't see him very often.
Mumu, yeah. Mumu's a favorite for the Raise Your Weapon team, mainly because of Kabam.
Okay.
If anybody doesn't know Kabam, Kabam typically does play with Raise Your Weapon and other teams, and he's a jungler that's known for playing a Mumu, and Highwind's definitely going to be playing a Mumu, that he learned from Kabam, like how he jungles, what items he buys. Usually, typically rushes Aegis of the Legion. But he's an amazing Mumu player. He's like the type of Mumu player that literally, when Spellvamp runes came out, he bought Spellvamp runes just to try out different builds with the Mumu and exhaust like all possibilities to like maybe make his jungling better. So definitely a character that you know how to use, and Mumu can win games. He actually did get some buffs in the recent patch too. So
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, so I mean, Kabam of course, like he cried tears of joys when he saw that.
A beloved Mumu.
And the last tournament Kabam actually entered, he named his team a Mumu is trash to try to convince the opposing teams that they actually thought a Mumu was trash, so not to ban him. But no team fell for it until the finals, and in the finals, his team ended up winning 2-0 because he played a Mumu in both games and did a really good job. So,
This would be nice to see that. maybe in the finals for this.
Yeah, Vex Esports looked really strong in game one. I mean, I liked their coordination. They definitely had that down. Definitely had timers down, which I like to see. So they're definitely a real team. A lot of times you'll see players come in like some of them are individually good. They play so much solo queue that they're missing a lot of the team fundamentals. But definitely I can tell the Vex Esports is definitely a team that communicates a lot and is definitely has their ducks in a row, if you will. They know what's up.
Talon, who won the first semifinal?
Tasty Pastries.
Tasty Pastries, okay.
Yeah, they won 2-1.
Those pastries are so tasty. So, so Exhaust Flash coming from both supports here, and Heal Flash coming from both the ADs, copying each other as always.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy I see in any of the summoner spells.
Yeah, exact same summoners here.
Yeah, both tops want to kill each other and just own the lane.
Yeah.
Don't want to have that teleport. Who cares about the rest of the map? I'll just rotate down there. Which really I think is the correct attitude now. I mean, we saw like it used to be that everybody's like, if you go top, you have to take teleport for the map presence. But usually what we see is the teams time out the dragon timer or buff timer or whatever, or they make a play for it. They already have the top player rotating down, or rotating there after a quick buy or something like that, and they just give up pressure top to go take the dragon. So they don't really necessarily need the teleport. Although teleport is good, if you get caught out in a bad position. And it is handy if you're ever in a base race situation or against split pushing teams.
Yeah, it's one of the big deals with it.
Which actually, one of the recent tournaments I casted, there is a really there's like a team, and like the talent on this team was like ridiculous for like a local LAN tournament, but they ended up getting in a base race with a team and ended up losing because they just decided to base race instead of backing and trying to protect themselves. So sometimes it helps when you have teleports or stuff to go back and protect yourself and make up for your own mistakes. Base racing overall is just such a risky strategy, and it's so.
It is. You gotta have the right champions for it.
Yeah, and
I mean, I was gonna say a lot of the times people pick assassin like champions, and they're just definitely not good picks for the base race kind of stuff. Like in that case, Talon would be. I think his Q actually hits pretty hard on towers, but other than that, he's very slow.
There have been those few games where you lose to base racing and solo queue, and
yeah, very disappointing.
Funny.
Especially like when you had a commanding lead too. And that's why in solo queue, it's pretty much like I never surrender in solo queue just because like. Even if you're down like 9 kills, the other team's always ready to throw. Like, always ready. It's like, you have to somehow convince your team to stick in it and just rally for like 2 minutes or something and just like pick up one team fight, and then the team starts to collapse and all sorts of greatness.
Yeah. It's always possible. Like, you always have that person that doesn't surrender and you guys come back, and then,
And the whole team's like, wow, how did this happen? Yeah. Big throws all around.
Thank you so much, by the way.
I'm always so happy whenever a team surrenders against me. I'm like, great, all that pressure. I thought we were going to blow it at any moment. A lot of times you blow it at Baron. It's a typical solo queue loss. It's like, we're ahead, let's go Baron. Everybody gets wiped, they get Baron. Oh, GG's.
These are being recorded, correct?
Yep.
Awesome.
They will be on the Raise Your Weapon YouTube tonight, actually.
Okay, cool.
Just hopping into game now. Switching over some stuff real quick. Because my window decided to be between my two monitors instead of where it should be, which does do sometimes for my setup here with XSplit. And pretty much the standard Nidalee skin, apparently all those Nidalee players loved that Halloween skin for her, because I've seen pretty much every Nidalee since
I see a lot of it too.
With that skin. And that's a limited edition skin.
Face checking the
this could be really bad for Arf.
Does have a healing flash. Alright.
You know, for a second there, I was actually almost excited. I was like, "Oh, Raise Your Weapon caught Vayne out," and then I realized, "Oh wait, no, they swapped teams." Like,
Yeah.
and they're still gonna rotate up. Might see Vayne on blue possibly. Might just cross all the way across here. Oh, and there's Otter's DC. I told you.
Otter's infamous disconnection problems.
It was all part of his plan. It was all part of his plan.
Oh, and it looks like there might be a little fight coming up here. Oh, high wind. It's not getting caught.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
They're really trying to deny that Mumu blue buff.
Yeah, he basically just need to go towards the enemy's blue buff. Just try to ward out and see if they can figure it out. They might try to just counter and come back in here. And that actually would be a good idea. So typically, if an enemy... So let's say they did stay there and try to steal your blue buff. Unless... You have to expect that their bottom lane's going to all blue pill back. Which means there's only going to be 3 people there. So if you came back in 5 like they just did right now, you're going to have the advantage. If they don't do that and they keep all 5 there, then their bot lane's going to miss a lot of CS trying to go back bottom. So a lot of times it is a strategy you can do if you want to make sure you get blue for a Mumu, which looks like this is what they're doing right here.
And the Nidalee spear helps a Mumu's blue buff.
Yeah, you good guy in Italy, helping out, helping out the Mumu jungle. So I'm sorry we invaded. My bad.
It's a present.
We popped your Vayne's flash. Let me help you out. This Rumble should spend a lot of time in brush. And he might actually end up maxing spear. You see, he actually started out spear here. That's probably what he's going to do, just so he can farm at range, to try to keep away from this Nidalee, not take too much harassment. It's gonna be that harpoon. Sorry, not spear. He's gonna, yeah, pointy things that fly at the enemies. That's what I said. So Boscow, played a stellar Morgana game 1. I'm expecting a similar performance from this game, probably. He's a very solid player. Again, he's thinking about the Xerath, probably trying to make me happy because he knew I was watching. But it's gonna definitely come in here, play another solid Morgana, and if he lands his ults he did last game, but the rest of his team, is leveled to the point where they can back him up, then it's gonna be really, really good for them. And right now, actually, bottom lane for Raise Your Weapon kind of getting zoned out a little bit. Looks like Nautilus is rotating up in here, has double buff, doesn't want to go for top because top is way too pushed in. And Otter just wants to keep that.
Looks like he might go for a gank on mid though. Morgana is very far pushed.
She's backing out. She realized.
No. Yeah, just waiting.
So typically when I'm Nautilus, actually, I like to come not from this middle brush. It was convenient for where she was placed before, but I actually used to like to come around from the turret side. Just like if you go up top of that wall, come from there. Just typically because it's a harder angle to run away from. For a lot of characters, a lot of times they'll run down and towards the middle area, which gives you more room to try to chase after them. But
I'm quite surprised Nautilus hasn't ganked bot since they knew Vayne blew flash early.
It is interesting. Although I think a lot of players, they just feel like bot is kind of this no-fly zone.
Oh, and actually, some action gonna be on a Mumu here.
Winning a lot of this trade here.
Looks like he might get caught.
It's gonna be 3v1. That would not be good. Doesn't want to lose that blue buff, that double buff, but he will lose
it. Looks like a Mumu goes down
Otter
quick.
coming in, getting a kill. He's actually gonna have double buff now. Coming back,
One
might
kill
get a
for
double
Otter.
kill on Nidalee.
Oh, looks like
it.
He does get the double.
But Nidalee, yeah,
great.
Nidalee's gonna get the kill.
I don't think Morgana noticed.
Notice where the Ahri went.
And no buffs on any.
Yeah, so actually what happened is Nidalee, they basically traded, but Nidalee got the kill, so she took the buffs and then she died and the buffs went nowhere. So that's actually fortunate because they're not going to have a double buff Ahri mid lane for Boscow to deal with.
Now Rumble and
very,
pretty even after that trade.
Yeah, it's actually really good for Rumble. They want Rumble to get fed. RFRF trying to trade here. They don't have any, neither lane down here actually has sustain, besides the team heal for their DPS. Janna's shield actually should help them, out in these trades a little bit, but the extra attack speed is going to mean that, Kog'Maw's going to put out more attacks quicker, so it's going to end up being kind of a little bit of a wash there.
As long as they keep it to little bursts, Bane's gonna have the advantage.
Otter level 5. Roaming a little bit here.
It looks like Rumble might run into...
Yeah, it's going to pass each other in the night.
Each other. I don't think they saw each other.
That was really confusing.
Actually, yeah, that actually might be possible that they didn't see each other. Oh, they're paying for it, so I think they did see each other. They know something is up.
Yeah, they do have it warded, so... They'll see him come back up. Here comes Otter. Nautilus does come down. He's going to try and get him. And we'll... Oh. No action, though. Looks like Kog'Maw is taking a lot of damage there.
Yeah, Kog'Maw under a lot of harass. And they're going to actually probably start to lose this lane here.
Yeah, if Vayne had her flash up there, that would have been for sure a kill on Kog'Maw.
Yeah, I mean, Vayne actually does have her flash up at this point.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe. Maybe it was too risky.
Highwind rotating up might come for a gank here, although he will be spotted. Actually just going to donate a ward up top. That's, you know, it's nice of him. Helping out Otter. He's like, hey, Otter, you know, you're not going to buy wards to protect yourself. I'm going to buy wards for you to protect you. I'm looking out for you, man. That's what good
And Italy's just got the traps everywhere. Oh, wow, and they're doing a lot of damage up top.
Yeah, I mean, these trades are actually going to be pretty ridiculous. You know, Rumble's damage output, he scales really, like, ridiculously with AP, and if he's in that, overheated zone, all his spells deal bonus damage on top of all that. You know, his AP ratios actually ended up being pretty crazy if you add them all up for the damage over time.
Oh, looks like Vayne... Oh, Vayne does not go down. Oh, the taunt misses Janna there as well. Nunu's very low, half a bar left. I missed the beginning part of that gank though.
Nautilus covering mid for Ahri while she does rotate down there. So she's going to start pulling blue for herself. Hopefully going to get a little smite help in here. Make her clear it faster, doesn't take too much damage.
Yeah, there's a smite.
Looks like Otter will be going back. Otter already has his revolver. See what he decides to go into now. Actually going to grab Ninja Tabai.
Oh.
He'll give a little more sustained top.
Janna's taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, oh, she's going to die to creeps. She might die to creeps. Oh. Kog'Maw comes in and gets the kill.
Oh,
no!
wow.
No, Soiruta.
Oh. That's
that seemed like
that's what you get for disrupting his B there.
Yeah. It's like, no, you should have let me go, bro.
Trust me. The binding lands, and here comes the ulti. But she flashes out of it.
Short. Ahri will be able to escape out of this with her life.
PH pump, or PHS pump is known to be a passive.
Top trading really hard now. Otter thinks he might be able to get this. Ignite comes in.
It looks like.
Does he have equal? Oh, he will get it.
Oh, the last pick. The very last pick there.
Oh, clutch. And that's what you have to be afraid of. Otter, Rumble's damage gets really crazy really quickly.
With that revolver, slowly sustain himself back up there.
Bosk has 77 CS versus Ahri's 52, so he is up.
Looks like a gank on
CS.
Anna here. Oh,
yeah,
that's
great
spell
dodge
shield,
there.
Oh,
will she be able to escape out? She will. Wow, Boskow, skin of his teeth. I mean, there was some great dodges. He dodged the charm barely. And Otter is rotated here. Looks like he wants to get a kill.
Oh, wow.
Nautilus will get the pull away. Equalizer comes in though.
That
will pick up the kill.
And he goes down. That was great. There's your 23 deal.
Yeah. Uh-oh, but Otter's going to get caught out there. Uh-oh, will he be able to escape out of this?
Oh. The bind is...
And that's why he's not 2400.
Mumu's going to be... Yeah.
Highwind having to pop his ult to escape out of this with a flash. Good job, because you don't want to get a double buff to Italy too. Ooh.
Oh.
Otter would hate him for life. If he gave that up, it's like, go back to lanes. Like, really? Really, dude? Italy trying to look for maybe hunt down a kill. Looks like she's going to clear out some wolves here.
Looks like the gold here is almost identical, about 100 gold off, 200 gold off here.
Yeah, it looks like Arf and Kog'Maw down bottom are just neck and neck right now in CS.
Yeah.
No big advantage either way there.
Well, Kongma's got the big wave here coming up, so he's gonna catch up there. Oh, he's 2 CS ahead.
Alright, rotating down is spotted out. They do know that she is in rotation. Especially, you know, if you ever see a wave pushed up towards your turret and the mid is missing, you typically know they are roaming. Something to watch out for you.
Yeah.
Even if your teammates don't call it, especially in solo queue, if you don't have the voice chat for people to actually call you, or you can't rely on people to call MAs. Definitely watch middle lane for that. Can tip you off.
And
turning back
and it looks like
there's
a fight coming on down bottom. Oh.
And Fade actually, Arf, really committed to that team fight. The rest of the team not quite all in with him, right there.
No.
And Otter, like I said, a little bit of advantage.
Up top.
He's gonna give this Nidalee no room to breathe, and Nidalee's gonna have to start calling in some ganks. That Tri-Brush is warded out though, so Otter will be protected from this Nautilus coming in here. There's a lot of ward coverage over this map. I actually really like the ward coverage that they have so far. Looks like
actually, the top lane there. It looks like their CS is a little bit different. The kills are a little bit different, but the gold is almost identical. About 10 gold difference
and
here.
A big engagement on the bottom here.
Bottom
might fall. Living Artillery it's going to come down to will Living Artillery hit, but he doesn't have enough mana for it.
Actually
gets monsooned
Oh,
underneath the turret. Mumu ult onto Nunu. They're trying to chase down Kog'Maw up top here. Equalizer comes in. Dark Binding just barely misses, but Arf will actually pick up the kill with that last hit there. True damage coming in. It's going to probably prevent their possibility for Dragon a little bit. The rest of the team rotating up, and Nunu, I'm sorry, buddy, but that flash is not going to help you. Otter picking up another kill here, and Otter does he have Equalizer? He does not have Equalizer. That's a huge ultimate to have actually for Dragon fights, but it doesn't look like they need it. They have the advantage down there. Best case scenario is a 3v5 for Vex Esports.
Oh, and there goes Dragon.
Yeah, so there goes Dragon to raise your weapon. They are up a little under 2k at this point. Creeping up towards it.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. No big advantage for either team yet. Nidalee looks like she's over here stealing blue.
Looks like
heads up play
looks
by
like
her.
Yeah, there you go. Steal.
Very heads up play. I like that
Can
play.
be pretty helpful.
You're like, hey, we lost some kills. We gave Dragon. Always, constantly heads up play. Where else can we get an advantage?
And Vayne might go down here. Oh, Vayne, very close, very close.
Vayne very close. Kog'Maw is
just gets away with it left.
And Kog'Maw is a really scary character to play against in the bottom lane. He's heading up towards level 9. He's almost there right now, but at level 9 with his Bio-Arcane Barrage, his auto attack range becomes higher than any other character in the game, even Tristana at level 18. He has a slight range advantage on him. It's like 7 range or something like that, some puny. But still, at level 9, he outranges everybody with his auto attack in the game, which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Plus, he has Living Artillery to bombard once he hits level 6. As long as he has mana, he's really hard to deal with. Highway might get caught out here. Getting a lot of focus on him. Is out of mana. Charm's just barely going to miss. Dark Binding will land coming back in here, though. But
there's more harass coming on up top on Nidalee. Wow.
Yeah, Nidalee's not going to get
just doing so much damage.
Nidalee's not going to be able to get within spear range of enemy creeps. And you see that was really smart play by Otter right there. You see he hit stop motion, so he stopped right in front of the turret.
Oh, and it looks like Nidalee does go down. Wow.
And you see, that's
very
good
quick
play right there. He doesn't just click on his enemy; he just moves in range, and then hits that stop button. So he's just out of turret range, but can still deal his AOE damage from his flamethrower. He's actually looks
like they're getting ready for a gank down bottom here.
Yeah, Nautilus probably coming. Looks like he's going to come in behind.
Nautilus
We'll have him over there for the counter gank, possibly.
Can't see him.
And here comes Nautilus.
And here comes Nautilus.
R5 will not be able to get out of this. It's blown up right away.
No.
And Saru's going to have to hide underneath this turret. They don't have any damage here, though, so Highwind really can't come in on this and convert a kill. Because Janet's not going to give you any extra DPS. I'm sorry. Unless they have a
well,
character.
she got a little shield there. Not going to be too much, though.
Yeah. You got a BF sword, fat deeps.
Yeah.
Until that shield gets blown away in like one shot, and then you're like, no deeps. So Boscov's gonna go back and buy Let's see what he's going to finish up here. He has 1,600 gold, so needlessly large rod, of course.
There's about a 1,100 gold difference now for top lane. Rumble's quite a ways ahead now.
Yep, and that's exactly what they want out of him. Nautilus has an Oracles now, which is going to be key for Vex Esports, clearing out a lot of these wards. Highwind, knowing him, probably going to pick up his own Oracles here shortly, I would imagine. Looks like Highwind has a lot of makings for a lot of stuff, just hasn't quite put it all together yet. Somewhere in between a Fire Cloak and an Aegis of Legion at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Boss Cat 141 CS, who actually has a 30 CS advantage again on mid. So again, playing that Morgana, exactly
Morgana's just
how
such a
you
great
want to do it.
farmer.
Yep. And it's so funny because you see
very hard
Otter
to keep up with her.
You see Otter get back to lane top, and what does he do? He just runs at Nidalee, and Nidalee's like, ah, like, get away from me.
Yeah.
Let me farm, dang it. Highwind getting they do know he is in their jungle, so just pinging it out. Making sure he's not doing too much funny business. RyW really going in there for that CS. He's not too worried about the harassment from Kog'Maw.
Oh.
Definitely trusting Sarita to get those bubbles in
Janus
time
shield.
to protect himself.
Oh no,
he does have his Vampire Scepter now, so. Yeah.
Blind bandage toss there from Highwind trying to pick up Ahri.
Yeah. He's close. That's the guy. It looks like they're going to have a fight going on down bottom. They don't know that Nautilus is here, though.
Yeah, a little bit of an engagement there. They actually will catch RyW. That is huge.
And they're going in.
Team heals pop, trying to protect him. He will flash out and he will survive barely.
Again. Wow.
Wow.
Again, Vayne just by the scuffer in the neck makes it out.
Yeah, the problem I see right now is that Kog'Maw, he's ahead in CS, and it's definitely something you do not want to see when going against a Kog'Maw. No. You're both hyper carries. Otter behind the enemy's turret right now, just regulating like a boss. Strang doing the rounds, coming up on the map, throwing up ganks everywhere. So Sarita needs to be careful when he's underneath this turret. He is not very safe. He's going to have some Highwind support back up here. Highwind misses another bandage toss. Yeah.
It looks like there's going to be a gank here up on Otter. No, it looks like they're all backing off here.
And that's what you want to actually, if Otter's able to, gain enough respect that they have to send, 2 or 3 people up there to try to deal with them. It's exactly what they want, and Rebel is definitely one of those characters that can do that. And oh wow, I love this retreat from Kog'Maw. That was actually pretty beautiful. He was actually switching targets as he was running away, dealing out a lot of DPS. And I actually like that play from him. And there it is, there's Highwind with that Oracles like I talked about before, placing a ward in the enemy's jungle. Nautilus is going to clear this out because he has his own Oracles. But they have Morgana back up. They can steal this.
It looks like
the team not there quite yet to collapse now. This jungle area is actually really, really good for Rumble because there's a lot of narrow choke points that he can actually land his Equalizer and deal a lot of damage. And it looks like we're going to have a drag go down. And if Vex Esports collapse on this again, Equalizer is one of the best, dragon fight tools. Choke points you can use.
Team fight.
If they come down that main ramp.
And it looks like Otter's going to be stuck here all alone.
Oh, all alone? Oh. He looks like he looks like he might be able to get him.
Oh, makes it out though.
Yeah, I mean, gotta be very afraid of that.
Oh wow.
Of that Rumble.
That Kog'Maw doing a lot of damage with his ulti there.
Looks like Nidalee's gonna take top in response, which is the correct move. You should be doing this. You should push this top turret until Rumble shows up, which already charging back up there.